welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic.
Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Legacy at the request of Patreon subscriber Edison, and this is a reboot of Jund Depths. This is a deck that was originally designed by SCG Tour player Kenan Haas, who built it completely on his own, showed up and won an SCG Open with it. That's in the ancient history, closer to 10 years ago than 5, I think, and Edison wanted me to revisit this and reboot it for modern day audiences. The core of this deck is you've kind of fused lands with Pox. There is Dark Depths and Thespian Stage and Crop Rotation. All the things you would expect in a land style deck. We've got a Maze of Ith, we got Wasteland, Life from the Loam. We're doing all that. And then there's also Smallpox. We've got Pox, we've got Liliana of the Veil. There is Raven's Crime. Target player discards a card with Retrace. This is pretty good with Life from the Loam, if you haven't seen that go off before. And because so many parts of this deck, like Punishing Fire, Vengeful Pharaoh, Life from the Loam, any land once you have Life from the Loam, work with the graveyard, we've got Entomb as part of the package. The updates I made to this deck from the previous iteration is I backed off of Punishing Fire. Kenan played 4 in his build. That's just not really what Legacy's about anymore, but it is still a cool engine to have access to, and you got to win the game somehow. There was no Urza Saga back then. There was no Boseiju. There was no Echoing Deeps, which is a pretty cool card. If you have this in your hand, Entomb becomes tutor for any land and functionally put it in your hand. You can just copy whatever you Entomb for. Thought that would be sweet. Because there was no Urza Saga, the previous build didn't have the Nile Spellbomb currency converter stuff going on. Nile Spellbomb may have existed, currency converter definitely didn't. Cling to Dust is a new card. Croaks is a new card. Vengeful Pharaoh probably did exist when this deck came out, but it wasn't in there. This is something that Edison asked me specifically to include. Just wanted dope things to do with Entomb that didn't exist back then, and Croxa definitely qualifies. Sideboard is some stuff that I hope lines up against the metagame. I am famously not very good or interested in playing lands, but I'm very good and interested in playing Pox, and I'm excited to see how these two things intersect in the modern metagame. Let's do it. This is Jund Depths. I'm on the draw in round 1 against Termagurf, who has become a little bit of a side character on the BoshNRoll channel. Played against him a bunch of times, and I think his username is really funny. And he shouts out, "Hello, YouTube. Everyone say hi to Termagurf." Or Magurd, it's Termagurf. Termagurf tagged me in a social media post the other day saying that they're really into Pokemoki's Next Level Dimir deck that I have featured on the channel, I think twice at this point. And this does seem to indicate that that's what's going on. And I'm excited to Entomb for Life from the Loam. I'm going to discard the Maze of Ith, even though I do think it's good in the matchup. We'll get that back some other time. Ooh, opponent passing the turn. No second land. If this resolves, I think they're cooked. All right, Life from the Loam is in my graveyard. Dredge that. Raven's Crime in the bin. I don't actually want to cast that card, as funny as that is. I'm going to get Bayou, Loam targeting Wasteland, Maze of Ith, and Echoing Deeps. We got a straight up Pox in it in the chat. Yeah, I mean, if opponent scoops to the Pox engine without seeing everything that's really going on, this could be a pretty exciting game. Okay, cool. Didn't have to show him the depth side at all. Okay. Well, we got to kick the shit out of an opponent who kept a one-lander, which this deck should do extremely well with the Smallpoxes, the Wastelands, the Crop Rotations. We are designed for this. A Pokemoki's Next Level Dimir. I want Dismember. There's some graveyard stuff going on, but I'm already really good against the graveyard. I don't think I want Surgicals in. This deck plays Kaito and Tamio. Both are things that I'd really like to Pyroblast. What is less important here? Punishing Fire kills almost nothing in the deck. Kills Baleful Strix. And that's why Punishing Fire isn't a major Legacy engine anymore. Might even be okay in Modern. I don't know. Currently banned. Nile Spellbomb's great. Currency Converter's great. Putting to Dust. Love it. Kroxa, gotta win the game somehow. Abrupt Decay can kill Kaito or Tamio. Do I need all these lands? There are 32 of them in here. One of them is probably not super important in the matchup. Boseiju is not super important in this matchup. And I gotta find a spell from somewhere else. I'm not cutting 2 lands. Vengeful Pharaoh does destroy target attacking creature. Kaito's Hexproof gets through this. That's so annoying. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut the Vengeful Pharaoh. Go straight up Pox against this opponent. Crop Rotation can be dangerous versus Force of Will decks, but I still think it's an important part of the package. Ooh, risky. How much do I want to rely on Pyroblast to play my whole game for me? I think I'm going to mulligan. Though this does fend off Tamio extremely well. I'm a black source away from being pretty excited about my life. I'm going to mulligan. Okay, here we go. The complete opposite. I will keep this hand, and I'm going to get rid of Entomb, because I already have the Loam, and I want the Graveyard Hate, and I want the Tutor for my payoff creature. Swamp is the only basic in the deck. I'll see what they do with this Wasteland, but there might be some dancing around here that needs to happen. Cycle to Troll. Got a basic Swamp. Reanimate. Okay, I am going to get basic Swamp and cast Cling to Dust on this. This doesn't draw a card because it is a creature. I'd rather have a card than 3 life, but that was a great thing to open on. Nile Spellbomb. Frustrating. But it's okay. Maybe. We'll figure it out. Maybe. Okay, I'm going to play Saga, which will almost certainly draw out the Wasteland activation. There's a cool trick I can do here, though. I can Entomb for... Yeah, okay. All right, here we go. Entomb for Riftstone Portal, and then Crop Rotate away the Urza Saga. They can bomb me, but the damage is done. Riftstone Portal. As long as it's in my graveyard, my land's tapped for green and white. And then Crop Rotate the Urza Saga that's going to die anyway. That was sweet. I'll just say it. That was sweet. Force Pitching Force. Okay. That's fine. And the Entomb was a card, and then the Crop Rotation's a card, then Force Blue Card's a card. Or 2 cards. If I untap and they don't bomb me, I could cast Life from the Loam. Ooh, Dark Depths is in play. Or, it's in my hand, but I could hide it. And yeah, I'm actually going to hide this, I think. Or I'm going to hide the fetch land. I'm going to play Depths, and I'm going to Loam back all my lands. Now they have the choice to Spellbomb me and leave the Loam, or let me have 3 lands, then bomb the Loam out. Either way, it's a tough squeeze, and either way, they don't draw a card. Cool. That's why I hid the green source. Yeah, Wasteland's fine now. Okay, if I could put my opponent in a Loam squeeze, like tempo decks with Baleful Strix for pressure versus a Loam squeeze is not a good situation for them. Get Bayou, target, Bayou, Depths, and Urborg. Alright, those are back. We're online. Cycle to Troll. Got Undercity Sewer. Still 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I'm just going to keep dredging Loam. It's another Depths. And Grove of the Burn Willows. Okay, play Bayou. Life from the Loam, target all the lands. I can end step Crop Rotate for Thespian Stage. And then make Dark Depths on my next turn. Or I can take it slow. Getting a Crop Rotation dazed is never a good feeling. I'll probably take it slow. This Baleful Strix beatdown is not scaring me. Ooh, they have the Ninjutsu. So there's 2 unknown cards in hand. Alright, I'm not going to go for it here. They're surveilling to draw cards. I think I would like to just draw a card this turn instead of loaming. A Smallpox. Not really what I'm looking for here. It doesn't answer Kaito. Yeah, I'll play Dark Depths and pass. I'm playing around Wasteland versus playing around Counterspell. Okay, I'm going to Crop Rotate right now and try to block. Damage kills Kaito just fine. If they have Force of Will, that's fine. The Force of Negation. That was good. If I had just done this on my turn, that wouldn't have been an option. I guess they could have pitch cast. I'd still drawing more cards with this. Ooh, Wasteland too. Tough crowd. I think I just have to draw. Another Loam. Perfect. Okay, Urborg. I'm going to cast Smallpox. Just got to create problems where I can. as I tread water against this Kaito. I will discard the second Dark Depths, and I'm going to sack Urborg. I don't want them to have free money off my land. Get back 3 lands with the second Loam. I think I should be dredging here. Thespian Stage, one of the better things I could be doing. Harbinger of the Seas. Alright, well now I'm just dead. I could draw, Dismember. I can't even cast Loam, so I'm definitely drawing a card. Oh, if I draw Dismember, I actually just get a Dark Depths immediately. I can play this Dark Depths in my hand, Legend Rule to keep the one with no counters on it, and then Dismember the Harbinger and get a 20/20. Yeah, I have to play to that out. I draw with Urza Saga, though. That is no good. And I did not do what I needed to do early. Just enough disruption there. Punishing Fire can apply damage to the Planeswalker, and if I have red available when they go for Harbinger, it can cover that. Pyroblast does all the same stuff, though, except Punishing Fire works out of the graveyard. That also makes it weak to certain things. And I think I'm going same deck. Right back in. The race is on. Okay, this hand is pretty dope. It doesn't quite cast these small poxes yet, but having double pox with Loam this early is exciting. I'll probably fetch the Underground Mortuary and hope to spike a Black Source. Tameo. Well, we identified that one as a problem. It's less of a problem if I resolve Smallpox, though. Mortuary. Urborg. Perfect. I'll put that on top of my deck. And I'm just going to shove the Smallpox. Are you ready? Force of Negation. Pitching Kaito. It was worth 2 cards. Tameo's attacking. If they have the Brainstorm, this Planeswalker is going to be trouble. Oh, the worst. Underground Sea. They are at 19, so Tameo doesn't stop Merit Lage from killing them, if that's what I could put together. Nile Spellbomb. Slightly annoying. Basic Swamp. Okay. I'm gonna cast Smallpox again. And I'll discard one of these Groves. And I'm gonna sack Urborg. Force of Will. Alright. Opponent is all in on Tameo, and it does seem like it's pretty good. Tameo plus again. Another land. Dumped Orcish Bowmaster. Good call. I'm not going to play this Entomb. There's just this Nile Spellbomb in play that is causing me all sorts of grief. I'm going to fetch a Bayou. I think that should have been Badlands. No, I was trying to keep Loam online. Is this worth a Nile Spellbomb? It is not. That is probably the correct decision. Regrettably. Bowmaster. Yeah, this Tameo is such a beating. If it wasn't protected, I did take 2 shots at killing it, or I guess the second shot was predicated on Brainstorm. Like, if they don't have the Force, or if they don't have the Brainstorm, I think I'm fine this game, but they do, in fact, have both. Okay, what do I Entomb for here? It's got to be something, right? There was a Flame Jab in the original list. I don't actually know if that hits Planeswalkers. I don't think it does. I'm going to look it up real quick. Oh, it does hit any target. Okay, yeah, Flame Jab would actually be sick right now. That could kill the Bowmaster and take the Tameo pressure off. Entombing Kroxa doesn't do anything. Punishing Fires in the sideboard. Did I board one in? Yeah, I mean, this is a spot. I don't even have double red, but I could have lined it up better. Okay, I just have to hope to draw Pyroblast right now. That's being staged. That's not it. Okay, we're dead. That game condensed down to turn 1. They had the Tameo, Force, and Brainstorm. And all Pox decks in history and lands decks. Like lands decks versus non-creature permanents is a trouble, and Pox versus non-creature draw engines is also trouble. Didn't find any of my hits there. Abrupt Decay, Pyroblast. Had a few outs, but those were not them. On to the next round. The BoshNRoll channel is brought to you by Tales of Adventure. TOAMagic.com has almost 100,000 unique cards in stock. They offer free track shipping on every order, plus next day or 2-day options when you have an event coming up fast. They offer on-site pickup at major Magic events throughout the US, so you're never scrambling before your tournament. Stop by their booth to buy, sell, or trade at upcoming regional championships, Magic Con, Spotlight Series, and more. I love their selection of individually scanned high-end cards that show you exactly what you're buying. And the best part is saving 5% on every order with promo code BOSH. From Ancestral Recall to Zombie Master, get what you need quickly and in one place at TOAMagic.com. Eternal lives here. I'm on the draw versus Runcorps. I don't know who this is, but I am getting combo vibes in the tickly back part of my brain. Crop rotation's good against combo. Entomb can set up Loam, and I have Wasteland. All right, I'm going to keep this. A Forest Noble Hierarch. Maybe they're a Cradle Control player. A Nadu and Infect would both do this too. Okay, I am going to fetch for Bayou, play Currency Converter, then Mox Diamond. I can bank a treasure, and Mox Diamond, bank another treasure. Do I want another treasure? Okay, Mox Diamond, Wasteland, bank another treasure. I can crop rotate as needed. Oh, hold on. Punishing Fire could be online, like immediately, if I'm willing to give up Loam. Let's see what they do. Okay, a Zenith for 2 is happening. I'm gonna make a treasure and float black, green, red. Okay, this resolves. I'm playing around Collector Roof. Surprise. Okay, crop rotation. Sack my Bayou. Get Grove of the Burn Willows. Entomb. Dump Punishing Fire. Oh, I'm 1 mana short. Shit. It's been a while since I played with this card. Could have kept my treasure. Alright. I need to draw any land. And we're back. I play a lot of them. Shit. That card's really good, but not right now. Okay. Hard mode activate. Temporary hard mode. Ooh, Scythecat Cub. Let's go. Whenever a land you control enters, put a +1 counter on target creature. Now I can't kill the oof ever. I'm enraged. Alright, I miscounted by 1, but also buffing up this Collector Roof is unbeatable. Okay. Dismember's coming in. I think I want Tabernacle versus this opponent. At least harrying their random dinguses is worth doing. Scythecat Cub, by the way, just very expensive card in real life because it's only released in Foundation's Jumpstart. I don't want Cling to Dust. Raven's Crime is solid. I think all the lands are fine. Abrupt Decay is good. Kroxa is my win con. Liliana's really good. Might not need Nile Spellbomb. I could see Damping Sphere being useful. It stops Gaia's Cradle, but so does Wasteland. And I think I'd rather do it that way. I could max out on my crop rotations here. That just puts together Dark Depths the fastest. I could cut an Entomb. Okay. I am trying like this. Yeah, my brain counted last game like Entomb puts Punishing Fire in your hand and not in the graveyard. Though it was really just the Scythecat Cub specifically that made that happen. I wonder if my opponent has 4 of those or if that was a 1-of that showed up. Okay, Liliana is pretty good here. I'm going to keep. I think I'm in the Underground Mortuary business right now. Just Raven's Criming them on turn 1 doesn't matter. Ooh, Life from Loam. I'll put that on top. And we have a plan. I'm going to try to run them out of cards. There's Noble Hierarch. And then I'll fetch Badlands. And then Raven's Crime them twice here. Discarding Bajuka Bog. Discarded a Zenith. Discard Bog. Discarded 2 Zeniths. Alright, they're gone. Scythecat Cub. The second time this ability is resolved this turn, double number of +1 counters on that creature instead. Okay, so the second trigger is the same as the first trigger, and then future fetch lands are devastating. Oh my goodness. It's the second time, right? Yeah, okay. The third time doesn't further double it. Okay, I could put them to Hellbent right now, and then deal with the board, or I could play Liliana. They attack for 6 next turn. Okay, I'm going to crime them. I just don't think Liliana is stabilizing this board if they do anything to follow it up. Crime, play Thespian Stage, and pass. This Cub is serious. Like a fetch land damn near kills me. Gaia's Cradle, nothing to spend mana on, attack for 7. Azabeth? Bayou. Bayou's not great. Alright, Liliana minus. They'll probably sack Dryad Arbor. Yep, confirmed. And then if they decide to attack me, or if they're going to spend any effort on Liliana, is a decision to be made here. Should probably just attack me. Yep. Got me on a 2-turn clock, so I gotta draw right now something good. Maze-Myth, Crop Rotation, Entomb, Abrupt Decay. Okay, I'm getting Enduranced. That doesn't affect any of the draws I needed. Alright, Bayou, and we're dead. Alright, once again, Legacy showing why decks like this don't really hang anymore. But I did have many live outs, and they did have to have this particular Insane Little Cat both games. Good stuff. On to the next round.
This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there.
I'm on the draw in round 3. I'm going to keep this hand. It's an accelerated saga with a wasteland lock attached to it. Hope this is a matchup where those things are useful. Opponent's playing 61 cards, 55 and 6 here. Also, I was thinking about my previous matches, as I tend to do. And I was specifically thinking about that turn where I waited till my opponent's turn to crop rotate to make Merit Lage, but Kaito could have stunned Merit Lage, and it was right to wait till their turn, wait till Kaito was committed to combat. Even if it didn't work out, it was still right. Okay. I'm going to play Urza Saga first. Getting your Mox Diamond dazed is one of the greatest sins of a lands player. Mox Diamond. And I'll just discard Riftstone Portal. They don't even need to know about the Loam yet. Underground Sea. I hope this is some sort of slow deck. Ooh, okay. Looks like 4-color Beanstalk. All right. I am just going to start wastelanding them. It's not going to get better than that. I can let Saga run its course. That's fine. I got Loam. There will be more of those. Mox Diamond, probably my best draw. Bloodstained Mire's not it. A Wasteland. I think I want to take their blue. And then Loam. I will pick back up the Riftstone Portal. I know it turns off my Urza Saga tapping for green, but okay. Ooh, Force of Negation, specifically very good. Glarb Calamity Augur, pitch to that. People have been telling me this card is good, and most cards are good once they're in play. It's just getting it and keeping it there. Death Touch, look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play lands and cast spells with mana value 4 or greater from the top of your library and tap to Surveil 2. Yeah, I mean, sounds good once it's in play. But it is also a 3-drop. Okay. Do I want another Mox Diamond here? I think I do. Oh, Currency Converter is nice. Nile Spellbomb, also good here. I mean, all of these play here. Losing my Loam forever to the Force of Negation is a nightmare. If I get Mox Diamond, it costs me a card on the way in, but I don't lose a land to Smallpox. Okay, I am going to get Mox Diamond. I'm going to discard Grove of the Burnt Willows. And I'm going to Wasteland their Savannah. And then I'm going to cast Smallpox. And I'll discard Bloodstained Mire if this resolves. Cool. Okay, Thespian Stage is live. Opponent discarded Scion of Draco. They got the sweet list over there. Okay, who draws out of this first is going to be the question. They're missing land drops completely. Yo! Ka-chow! One of the best. My deck is built for this situation, and my opponent's decks generally will not be. P-Fire. Thespian Stage. Now I can double Saga. Okay, they're still playing it out. I respect that. I'm going to copy the Urza Saga with Thespian Stage and get my double engine running. Bajuka Bog. Okay. Make a construct. Tutor. Do I want Currency Converter or Nile Spellbomb here? I think it's Nile Spellbomb. I'm going to bog them anyway. Okay. Bog you. Now I'm applying pressure. We're doing stuff. The Graveyard Hate turns off passive considerations like Murderous Cut, Hooting Mandrills. Shuffled with Ponder. I think I want to bomb them and just draw a card. This makes my construct smaller, but boy do I love cards. Raven's Crime. Can't imagine that's going to be a big player here. Wasteland is, though. Bang. Attack. I'll make a construct before blocks. Raven's Crime. Let's attack the hand. Why not? I have the thing. Any resource could be the important one. Dumped another Draco. And I can do the Saga trick. All right, they're just conceding. I was going to copy Bajuka Bog with Thespian Stage before Saga died, and then I get to keep it forever. Okay, we're playing against a Beanstalk deck. A crazy Beanstalk deck with Scion of Draco and Glarb Calamity's Augur. I want some number of Force of Vigor, that's for sure. Ray of Revelation in the deck. Destroy target enchantment has flashback. The original Ancient Grudge. Crop Rotation, just super risky. I didn't see anything worth punishing firing. Pyroblast, Force, Ray. Do I have enough cuts? I don't think I need Bajuka Bog. They are going to use their graveyard, at least a little bit, but I have Nile Spellbomb and Cling to Dust. I don't think I need Kroxa. And I'm probably not going to play Ray of Revelation, which begs the question, what's it for, if not a matchup like this one? It's for Blood Moon, is the question, is the answer to that. It's an answer to Blood Moon you can entomb for. Okay. This looks reasonable to me. Decks with greedy mana are the sheep to our wolf here. I don't know if this deck could even afford to play a basic land, which could affect how I play. If my opponent just plays fetch land pass, and I have a wasteland, I think maybe I'm just supposed to put the wasteland into play. Oh, this hand is a stinker. All 3 entombs, no colored mana. Vengeful Pharaoh, a card I never want to draw. Mulligan this. Okay. This is 2 mana on turn 1. It doesn't cast spells, though. I am going to keep this in bottom, Vengeful Pharaoh. Looking for Loam or Entomb ASAP. Opponent went to 5. I'll stop on 6. Volcanic Island. Ponder. Somebody's getting wasted. Basically, with this hand, I just want to draw lands. Mortuary's great. Wasteland. I'm just chilling. I don't need to play any cards yet. Misty Rainforest. Got a spell to cast. Basic Island. Ghost Vacuum. Slurp. Grove of the Willows. I'll play my Underground Mortuary and keep Verdant Catacombs on top. And I'll just pass the turn. They can slurp up my Wasteland. If they use this turn to resolve a Beanstalk, I can get a full value Force of Vigor. Storm. If they miss their land drop, I might just Abrupt Decay. Okay, did not miss the land drop. And they have Tameo. Alright, well, straight gasoline at this point. Their hand has to be Force Blue card to not just get Shadow Realmed right now. Mox Diamond. And I think Dark Depths is the card I have to lose here. Play out Verdant Catacombs and then Smallpox. If they force, they have no hand. Okay, cool. Force pitching Leyline of the Guild Pact. You got it. And I can Abrupt Decay the Tameo, but now I gotta figure out an answer to this Ghost Vacuum. It's gonna slurp up Dark Depths for sure. Attack, make a clue. I don't think I'm gonna fetch. That just puts a land in the graveyard for them to eat. Speaking of lands, here's a good one. Saga. If they crack their clue, I'll Abrupt Decay Tameo in response. There it goes, Abrupt Decay. Collapse their engine and then let Urza Saga do the work. Hardcast Force of Vigor is live in my future if I want it. If they shove a Murktide Regent, that could be a problem. Oh, got that Tameo just in time. Beastorm. My opponent would love a Wasteland here. That's not a Wasteland. Thespian Stage. We've seen this interaction recently. I would like an Urza Saga forever. I'm not worried about Ghost Vacuum right now. There's no lands in my graveyard for it to mess with. Basic Plains exists. Okay. It's a lot of basics for a deck like this one. Now I can decide if I want to force this Ghost Vacuum now. Because once Saga's in the graveyard, that is something I would like access to. I could just crank out constructs, though. I could copy the Saga. Alright. I think I'm going to copy the Saga. If they have, like, Destroy Target Enchantment, just Disenchant right here, that's a pretty serious blowout. This does play around Force of Vigor by doing it on their end step. Okay, now it's my turn. Urza Saga number 2 is going to learn how to tap for mana. And now, what is the correct sequence here? Does it matter? I could make a construct. Okay, I'm going to make a construct using Verdant Catacombs as mana. I'll grab bad lands, tutor Nile Spellbomb, play Grove of the Burn Willows. I have Pyroblast for Murktide Regent, so I'm not in a big hurry to Nile Spellbomb them. I'll probably do it in their end step. If they don't do anything else, I need to respect first. And leaving up 2 mana plays around Wasteland. Okay, Spellbomb you. Makes my construct smaller, but that's okay. They didn't even bother to Ghost Vacuum. Take your graveyard away. Go to my turn. Now, critically, my air quotes Urza Saga is it knows how to make constructs, even if it becomes a different land. I can turn it into basic swamp this turn, and it'll be a basic swamp that can make constructs for the rest of the game. And that's probably what I'm going to do. Okay, now they're back to vacuuming. I'm actually going to use Urza Saga now. Or not use Urza Saga, but make Thespian Stage into a basic swamp now. In case they draw Wasteland, I just have this now. It's here forever. Taps for black or colorless, can copy different lands, and can make constructs. Tameo. I'm just going to Pyroblast this. I don't want it to resolve in a spot where they could brainstorm and get a Planeswalker going. Though it would have been sweet to Smallpox it. Gotta pick your battles. Speaking of battles, Liliana's on the stack. Plus, I'm going to discard Smallpox. I can't imagine that card's useful anymore. Force of Vigor might still play. I discarded Consign to Memory. Countering Chapter 2 on my Thespian Stage probably would have been a good idea. I don't know if they had access to it at the time. Alright, and now I'm just tapping out for constructs. Whenever, wherever. This is my plan to deal these 15 damage. And even if they have Wrath of the Skies or Dress Down or anything of the sort, I can just keep making constructs forever. Life from the Loam. Okay, well, that doesn't work as long as that Ghost Vacuum's in play. I think I'm going to Force a Vigor the Ghost Vacuum right now. Okay, took the land. That's fine. Plus Liliana. I lose Life from the Loam here. They lose Leyline of the Guild Pact. A crushing loss at this phase of the game. That sequence did take me off of making a construct this turn. But yeah, if they're going 1-for-1, plowing these constructs, I'm just pulling away the game. Cool, that's fine. Now it's Liliana and Forever Saga versus the top of their deck. Line number 5's in, and they have to play whatever they draw, because that's how Liliana works. I'll be dredging Loam. Found a Bayou. Play that plus Liliana. And I'm just going to make a construct now to get my F6 value. I guess that's worse versus Wrath of the Skies. I should not have done that. It's also bad versus Prismatic Ending, but I think they have to take Liliana if they have Prismatic Ending. Glarb, Calamity's Augur. Okay, they can play lands and cast spells with mana value 4 or greater from the top of the library. They found a land. Do they have a spell with mana value 4 or greater? A Leyline Binding would be pretty serious here. If they can clear this Liliana before it's too late. Xander's Lounge. And they don't seem to have hit. I'll dredge Loam. Target player sacrifices a creature. You. Loam targeting 2 lands now. I'll end up just discarding one of them, but I'll still take the 2, thanks. Oh wait, no, I already used Liliana. Man, everything's perfect. And they've had enough. The Pox Lock doing the land stuff in the background. That was proper Jund depth thing. On to the next round.
The BoshNRoll channel is proudly partnered with The Resleevables.
Good. All right, here we go, gang.
In this YouTube series, hosts Cedric Phillips and Patrick Sullivan take us on a set-by-set journey through the good, the bad, and the ugly of Magic's history. Each episode is a focused deep dive into the facts about a set's design and release, the Magic lore expressed through the cards in that set, Tournament Edition gameplay videos featuring products and Pro Tour decks of the era, an award show that shouts out the best and weirdest cards of the set, and a final grade for the set's overall success. Whether you want a history lesson or a nostalgia hit, The Resleevables has it at youtube.com/theresleevables.
I'm on the draw in round 4 with the most beautiful hand. Mox Diamond discarding Riftstone Portal is where babies come from. Chrome Mox. Uh-oh. Are we playing against a baddie? Are we going to have a Blood Moon to deal with? Volcanic Fissure. Chalice of the Void's pretty good against my hand. Yeah, this is actually an interesting call, because if I can ramp out Urza Saga, that's a whole game plan on its own. If they follow up with Blood Moon, I am in trouble. Okay, pass the turn, hoping for the best. Blood Moon at any point's bad, and I drew a second Urza Saga. If it's Magus the Moon, I can at least fire it on the way out. I hope they just play Bombardiers here. Alright, shit. Well, float green, Saga dies, make red. Finally punished something with fire. Let's try that again. And I drew the stage to go with it. The long-term inevitability crushing game plan, if the matchup ends up being about that. Boom bazooms. Here comes some damage. Ooh, life from the loam. Someday, useful. Thespian stage. I think I have to just run constructs out here, and I don't have room to copy anything with stage. Oh, geez. Definitely have to do that now. This is 4, 9, 10, 11. They could 11 me here if they want to. I do not, unfortunately, have Pithing Needle in my list. Okay, another construct. What do I even get here? None of my cards really do anything, is the problem. I could get Mox Diamond, discard Echoing Deep, play Swamp, pick up some stuff. Currency Converter doesn't do anything here. Isle Spellbomb is the worst of my options. Of that, I'm pretty confident. Okay, I'm going to get a Mox Diamond. I'm going to discard Echoing Deep, Swamp, Life from the Loam, get back everything that isn't Riftstone Portal, and hope that their last 2 cards in hand don't get them through this. I'm not currently dead. They could deal 9 to me. Fable's good, but slow. Maybe I was supposed to play Echoing Deep last turn and just copy the Saga, because then I would be making constructs this turn. Okay, they're dealing damage to... Okay, they flung the blocked creature at the other construct. Sure, that's a good play. Dark Depths off the top, or... Ooh. I Dredge Loam. Yeah, everything I'm looking for is a land, Wasteland, Urza Saga, shit. Didn't find Maze of Ith or Dark Depths. They play Saga. Yeah, I wish I was making constructs this turn. I messed that up. Okay, passing. Bombardiers can deal 5 on board. They get a loot, discarded a second Fable. Any sort of Pyrogoy, Fury, another Bombardier, anything like that is lights out. City of Traders, the One Ring, sweet. Just Bombardiers getting in. Second main draw card. Chalice on 0, that's a fling. Yeah, putting me to 8, throwing their Chalice on 0. I'm going to copy Urza Saga. Dredge Loam, looking for Punishing Fire. Small Pox, Currency Converter, Urborg. None of those are the ones. And I could Wasteland the City of Traders. They can fling for enough. Alright, Wasteland, City of Traders. I'm almost certainly dead here. That one turn where I didn't make a construct, that would have been the better sequence. They would have had to play last turn very differently. Drawing cards with the ring. They're at 13 life. Yikes. Okay, I'm not winning this. Few too many lock pieces. And a mistake from me, which is the important part. All right, Force of Vigor, Dismember coming in. Shadow Spear, pretty good here. Cling to Dust, Nile Spellbomb, Bajuka Bog. Saga's risky because of all the moons, but it is also my win con. I think I'll shave one of them. I need one more cut. I like these other cards. Oh, Ray of Revelation. Literally said that's in the deck to answer Blood Moon. Here we are. Maybe Echoing Deeps isn't what I'm looking for here. I do like Vengeful Pharaoh. Punishing Fire is good. Maybe Croaks is bad. Just all my win cons out and gotta focus on Dark Depths. If I'm focusing on Dark Depths, and Crop Rotation should be maxed out, but that's softer too. Chalice of the Void. That does up a green card, though, to go with all these forces I'm bringing in. I think Liliana's good. Maybe Vengeful Pharaoh's bad. I don't know, all these cards are like medium, close, reasonable. Maybe I'll shave 1 Entomb in case they brought in Graveyard Hate. Okay, this is a turn 1 Smallpox, which doesn't really do anything. I am going to keep my hand, though. Turn 2 Smallpox could be sick. I have my basic. Yeah, I think here I'm just going to play Mox Diamond, discard Bayou, play the Shadow Spear, play Verdant Catacombs with the intent of getting Underground Mortuary. Opponent's on a mold of 5. That's probably exciting. Discard Bayou, play Verdant Catacombs, play Shadow Spear, pass. I'm hiding the Swamp. If they prioritize a Moon effect, I'll get them real good. Chalice on 1, fine. Fetch, Mortuary, Wasteland, cool. I was thinking, how do I hit their land this turn without collapsing my whole life? And Wasteland does it. City of Traders. If I play Urborg, I'm still hiding the Swamp. I think I just want the Swamp in play. Plus discard Urborg. Okay, Swamp, Liliana. Plus, I'll lose the Urborg. They lost a Blood Moon. See that that's not going to be their plan anymore. If Broadside Bombardiers were to be deployed, it could put 2 damage on Liliana, but to kill her, they'd have to lose their Chalice. And then they lose the Bombardiers to Smallpox anyway. The backup Chalice on 1. That's not what you want to see if you're my opponent. Life from the Loam. Lights out, kids. Wasteland, Bayou, Verdant Catacombs back in my hand. That's messed up. Might not even have to show them the Smallpox. Plus Liliana. Discard Bayou. Magus of the Moon, Blood Moon. Handful of moons. A basic mountain. How can I deal with that? Dredge Loam. I'm going to play Verdant Catacombs. Fetch. I'll get a Badlands. Play Loam, targeting Wasteland, Bayou, Verdant Catacombs. Green colorless. Plus Liliana. Discard Bayou. And then they will be Hellbent with no permanents in play except for Chalice of the Voids. Discard Verdant Catacombs. I do need to come up with a win con, but I'm dredging Loam, it'll show. They discarded a Bombardiers. I'll sacrifice Batlands. Okay, from top deck mode versus Liliana. This is the greatest weakness of Pox strategies, is you can get the game to a spot like this, and if you can't close, the opponent could just dig out. But I think having Liliana just plotting away here. They said you're going to ult and kill my Chalice and then conceded. I could ultimate and trade Liliana for one of their 2 Chalices. Probably wasn't going to do that, but good bet. Kroxa, I'm really on the fence about. This does turn the corner really fast. It's bigger than all their stuff. But we saw me hemming and hawing and how hard it was to even end up in the plan I was on that game. I don't think I need more than 1 Force of Vigor in a game, but I do pretty likely want exactly 1. Their hand could already be gone by the time Raven's Crime is useful. And maybe on the draw I'll turn Raven's Crime into Kroxa. Kroxa is basically Raven's Crime anyway. Perfect. Let's do it. Okay, my hand is very bad against Chalice on 0, and very good against most other things. Opponent kept 7. Chrome Mox. Please cast Magus of the Moon. Please cast Magus of the Moon. Bombardiers. That qualifies as a Magus of the Moon. If I draw a land, we are so cooking. Any land in the deck. Half the deck is lands. Oh no, that's the opposite of a land. Okay. I could play Urza Saga, dismember this creature. I could just go all the way in and Smallpox takes out the Broadside, the City of Traders, and they're down to 2 cards in hand. My Mox Diamond is a freezy to discard. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go double Diamond, Smallpox here. Diamond, Diamond, Pox. I'll put this Mox Diamond to use one way or another. And now Dismember can hit the next thing. My next mana source casts Liliana. They discarded a Fury. Okay. If they have Meltdown, we're all playing from nothing. All right, they seem to have nothing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I lose my Dismember by plussing Lily, but I think it's worth it. Let's get to work. They lost Karn the Great Creator. Man, that's not a card I want to play against. Found a mana and a Fury. Okay, we're both empty. We both have some mana and no cards. Light from Loam. Light from Loam. All right, Maze of Ith is in. This is going to be interesting. It's just a top deck war. Oh. Hell yeah. Smallpox. Kill your land. Take that card out of your hand. I think I'm going to sack Maze of Ith and keep Wasteland. Because they're going to need mana eventually. Chalice on 0. Okay. 3 of my Mox Diamonds are accounted for already. Oh no! They played around it. That was so perfect. Okay. Well, that was the worst draw in my deck. It's all upside from here. Abrupt Decay. Alright. Kill Chrome Mox. I could save this for whatever they play out of the Mox, but if they have no mana, the average mana value in their deck is like 3.7 or something. Bayou, get in. Alright, need a Loam, need a Saga. Croxa even plays here. Loam, we did it. Okay. Life from the Loam, Urza Saga, waste your land. I guess I could have wasted first there. It probably would have been a little bitter. Then Wasteland's still back in my hand. I'm feeling good about this game, though. We got the GGs. Oh yeah, play a card into your own Chalice. Okay, we're starting to rally back. Pox Life. Onto the final round. We're a few rounds into the video. If you're still here and having fun, remember to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, use code BOSH for 5% off your order at toamagic.com. Eternal lives here. I'm on the draw in the final round. Positive record hanging in the balance. Hand I cannot keep. Mulligan this. Ooh, okay. This is not optimal, but it is good enough. Just gotta decide what's going to the bottom. Bojuka Bog, highly polarized, would be insane in some matchups and blank in others. Riftstone Portal's a perfect discard to Mox Diamond. I like having a fetch land in the mix that can access my basic. Depths gives me a high roll. I just draw Thespian Stage and win. I think it's Mortuary goes to the bottom. Because the fetch land could be Mortuary if I need it to be. And if I don't need Mortuary, then I already am keeping a tap land. Urza's Workshop. Okay. I am going to need some Wastelands very quickly, or a Merit Lage. A Saga. I'm going to discard Riftstone Portal here. Even though I don't think Bojuka Bog's going to do anything. Riftstone Portal actively does something in the graveyard. But we might just lose this turn. It's possible. I did not put a Null Rod effect in my sideboard because my deck is so artifact heavy. It's going to be Force of Vigor and Fast Merit Lages trying to get the job done. Dark Depths. I don't think I want my opponent to know I have that. Okay, Race is on. Though if I don't play out the Depths, then I can't top deck Thespian Stage, so maybe that was bad. Planar Nexus. These still all just tap for 1. Now they have literally fudge-zillion mana. Karn is, like, devastating. One Ring's annoying. I mean, we're dead to any 4-drop here. Mystic Forge, I guess, is the one I would like. I'm the least scared of seeing. Fleshraker. That is a creature. Cool. This game is unwinnable. They can tap the ring 3 times on their next turn. Okay. Tough beat. Damping Sphere, I do have. Crop Rotation. Ray of Revelation could cheese on their Urza Sagas. I don't think that's worth bringing in for. I have all these Force of Vigors. They're not a deck that attacks. They don't use their graveyard. And Maze of Ith can come out as well. Shadow Spear could get my constructs over some Eldrazi tokens if the game bogs down. The game is unlikely to bog down, but it's my job to bring it there. Oh, I think maybe the Shadow Spear is worth considering. I haven't made Merit Lage yet in this league. I tried once. It didn't work. Raven's Crime seems unlikely to do much, but they do dump out. They do mulligan aggressively and dump out a bunch of stuff early. Smallpox, probably not that good. Yeah, I think I'm going to shave a Smallpox here. And this is how I'll do it. Right, what am I looking at here? Processing. I see Crop Rotation at Thespian Stage. I can Entomb for Life from the Loam, but that's so slow. Yeah, I think this is just too slow and doesn't do enough in the matchup. With a Mox Diamond, I would keep this. That's a turn 3 Merit Lage. Yeah, mulligan. I'll keep this. I'm going to get rid of Badlands. And I'll just crime them twice. Bayou, Raven's Crime. Why did I think this was a good hand? I'm just now realizing I don't have a Loam. I don't have, like, anything to actually make this happen. Oh my god. I've made a huge mistake. This hand is awful. Alright. I'm just gonna play like from the Loam is on top of my deck, and that'll do it. Okay, I spent 3 of my cards to take 2 of theirs. Urza Saga. I can waste that. Candelabra of Tawnos. Scary. Force of Vigor. If I had a green card, that would be sick. Or 4 mana. Ancient Tomb. That's good for 3 mana here, thanks to Candelabra. Okay. A green card or Life from the Loam's even better. Boseiju. Well, Boseiju is probably better as Boseiju than as anything else it might represent. Like, I could retrace Raven's Crime. I could play it, hoping to draw my next land and hardcast Force of Vigor. They're making lots of mana with their Ancient Tombs and Candelabras. One Ring. Boseiju doesn't help here. I need them to die to their own ring. Lots of keys. Swamp. Alright, well, I would have been able to hardcast Force this turn, though probably too late to matter. They're doing a lot of damage to themselves, though. Cross my fingers and cope. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with that opening hand. Like, my brain, I think, just auto-filled Life from the Loam into it, even though it clearly wasn't there. 11 cards in their hand, 8 life remain, ring at 4. Untapping their Ancient Tombs at 6 life. Like, so they now have to either replace their ring or win this turn. Okay, they backed off tapping that Ancient Tomb. Okay, fresh ring, which also resets the protection, which means they can tap their tombs this turn. Monolith, making mana instead of drawing cards. It means they already have what they want. Karn. Oh, float of black. Scare ya. Lotus Petal. Disruptor Flute. Do they know about Boseiju? Probably. Surgical Extraction. Okay. I don't have that one in my deck. Okay. They're just moving phases to burn off my floating mana. Oh, the floating black is probably what got them on that. Okay. Still hoping that they die to themselves somehow. Oh my god. Oh, what do I do with this? Nothing. Just pass. They go to 5 from the ring. Ancient Tomb's still around. Still drawing cards. Planar Nexus turns on Urza's Tower. Now they have millions of mana through the Candelabra without using Ancient Tomb. They can wish for a Lattice, if nothing else, but I can blow out the Lattice. Ramp the ring up to 3. Monolith. Karn's making a wish. They did go for Lattice. Okay, green, colorless, floating. Lattice resolves. It's better for me to kill Karn than Lattice, right? Or they probably have more Karns than they have Lattices. Everything's an artifact right now. Yeah, I'll hit the Lattice. Do not have a land to tutor. Smallpox does deal 1 damage. If they activate their ring one more time thinking they're safe, could backfire. Wasteland. Okay. Well, Wasteland your Planar Nexus. Cast Smallpox. You'll be at 1 going into your next turn. Alright, I'm all in. Whatever. How sick would it be if that was worth the actual 1 point that kills them? They got 1 too many life over there. Okay. They do have to win this game now, this turn, or replace their ring. It is not hard for them to win the game from this position, but it does have to happen. I'm F6 and just waiting for the fireworks. Paradox Engine. That should draw the deck. Okay, dead by 1 point off that uncapable hand that for some reason I thought would work. Okay, Fleshraker is the actual kill. GG's. A 2-3 record with Jund Depths. Played a tough spread of matchups, but also that is just kind of legacy right now. We got to do our thing several times, got to completely Pox lock some people, Wasteland lock some people. The people going too fast, the ones that had just like Collector Oof down before I untapped on my second turn, or the Mystic Forge combo. There's not a lot you can do. I could build my sideboard differently, but that's not a matchup I'm planning for right now. But the fair decks that we went back and forth with, and we got to actually make decisions and do our thing, the engine is sweet. I don't know if you need Echoing Deeps. I don't know if you really need Riftstone Portal, even though it was pretty cool multiple times. You can Entomb for Riftstone Portal to beat Blood Moon, because typesetting happens before ability granting, which means it's not even a timestamp thing. Riftstone Portal should just always beat Blood Moon. So actually Riftstone Portal is probably necessary in this build. The spread of Graveyard Bullets, the Vengeful Pharaoh never came up, Croxa never came up. The Pox side of the deck, Smallpox Liliana, that was awesome. Raven's Crime had 1 good game and 1 terrible game. Entomb was a nice little toolbox to have. the original Ken and Haas build had 4 Entombs. I think we're past that. Maybe even 2 is right. Just thinking of how good cards are and how getting an engine online is less important in Legacy now than just raw rate. It's a very different time. We've had a lot of Commander releases and modern releases since this deck was good the last time. Urza Saga, not that it needed another feather in its cap, but the glue that really held this thing together. I never did assemble Merit Lage. Never really had a window to do it, except the one game where my opponent disrupted me from doing it, where it would have been okay. It feels disingenuous calling it Jund Depths, considering I was never close to having Dark Depths, but I did Pox people out. Is this Jund Pox? Is this Pox Depths? Is this Pox Lands? What's a better way to call this? Whatever it is, I mean, the shell is here. You could fiddle with your Saga Bullets, you could fiddle with your number of Entombs, your number of Loams, what lands are in the flex slots, the Maze of It, the Echoing Deeps, how many stages and depths you're playing, how many basics you have. All of that is flexible, of course, seasoned to taste. I love a good poxing. I'm glad we got to do this. Edison, thanks for asking for this challenge. Everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the Patreon to support the channel, and I'll see you next time.